Hi boys and girls, hi friends, I'm Mrs. Risser and it's time for reading and balloon fun with Mrs. Risser. I'm excited today and I'm ready to laugh and smile. In fact, are you thinking and asking questions? Are you wondering why I'm wearing this hat? Well, it could be because we just had Easter, but the other reason is that I'm ready to smile and laugh today, and so I wanted to wear some ears that make me laugh and smile. Did you also notice my basket? This looks like it goes with the Easter Bunny too, but we're gonna have a special friend today come. First, I wanted to have some ideas for you. I'm going to spend some time laughing and smiling today, and so I found some books that will help me do that, and I thought this might give you some good ideas too. This one is called 101 School Jokes. That would be a great way to have some laughter and fun today. Sometimes books are ones that make us laugh and smile, and so this one is Happy Easter Little Critter by Mercer Mayer, and Little Critter always makes me laugh and smile because he's silly and funny. I also found a poem book, and this one is called Kids Pick the Funniest Poems, and the poems are selected by Bruce Lansky and it's illustrated by Stephen Carpenter. It says poems that make kids laugh. Well, they can make adults laugh too, and so I'm going to read funny poems today to make me laugh. I also thought that I might pull out the Sunday comics and read these again because Sunday comics are funny, and so you could always read the comics with your mom and dad too. I'm going to read one of these funny poems for you, and this poem is called Icky. It's by Joyce Armour. It says, icky, sticky, slimy sludge, a greasy, gloppy, grimy smudge, oozy, swampy puddle splatter, gooey, gunky cookie batter, dirty, filthy, mucky scum, gluey, stringy, tacky gum, meat and sauce from sloppy joes. Time, I guess, to change my clothes. Here, let me show you the picture, boys and girls. Oh my, boys and girls, I hope that you are changing your clothes and getting them washed. Otherwise, ew, that's icky, just like in the poem. I've been reading a lot of books, boys and girls. Remember how I'm trying to read all of the books in my house? I haven't read them all yet, but I'm working on it. I hope you're working on reading a lot of books too. Good readers read, and they read a lot of books. And if you want to become a better reader, then you read more and more. We also talked about how you can become an author and write books, and that will give you more books to read, and as you write, you become a better reader. Reading comprehension is so important. It means that we're understanding what it is we're reading. And last time, do you see Jabber up here? I'm kind of hiding him, but Jabber the reteller was helping us remember to think during our reading so that we can talk about our story and retell it, because we need to be able to retell it to show that we understand and to be able to talk about our story. We also have Who the Owl, who asks a lot of questions, and when we're asking questions, it shows that we're thinking. So keep asking questions, girls and boys. Today, I am wearing these ears to help us think about using our ears as we're reading. There are some important reading strategies, and one reading strategy is to use our ears. I need to make one more thing here with a balloon to help us with our reading strategies today. So this one, I need to make a really long one. There we go. And let out just a little bit of air. Now this one, look how long that is. It doesn't even fit. Okay, I'm going to put a little bubble at this end, and we're just going to make a loop here. And go like this and twist it around. And then on this side, if I make another tiny little bubble, there we go. This is going to be my magic wand. this wand is going to help us with our reading too, because it's going to remind us to look carefully at things. It's kind of like a magnifying glass, to look even more carefully and slow down in our reading when we make a mistake. So today we're going to talk about using our ears and our eyes to slow down in our reading, and we're listening for, does that sound right? Does that look right? Does that make sense? And if it doesn't, we need to stop. We have to stop in our reading and go back and look carefully with our eyes and see what's wrong and fix it. Because when we say things that don't sound right, or it doesn't look right, or it doesn't make sense, it means that we made a mistake. Maybe you've heard your teacher say that too. They'll say, does that look right? Does that sound right? Does that make sense? Or maybe sometimes they say, that doesn't look right. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't make sense. Well, that's what we want you boys and girls to think about and to catch yourselves doing. When you're thinking those questions, that means stop, and that means that you made a mistake and you have to go back and look carefully and try to fix it. That way you're understanding what your reading is. Now, I want to get out my friend that's going to visit with us today. Oh, here. Look at who I have today to visit with us. This is Elsa. And Elsa is my daughter Chelsea and her fiance Phil's pet. Elsa is staying at my house for a few days, and I'm babysitting, and I thought you boys and girls would like to visit with Elsa. See how cute she is? Here, I'll let you see her underside there. That's so pretty. And if I turn her around like this, you can see the back of her shell. It's so beautiful. And she has a cute little tail, and she has these long claws. Elsa is really very shy, and so she probably doesn't want me to have her out too long, but I'm keeping her in a great big cage, and I have a special light to keep her warm, and Chelsea gave me like a little pond so that she can get wet when she wants to, and then she gets back out. I was looking on the internet last night and doing some reading because I want to take good care of Elsa and not have her get sick or anything. And so I wondered what kind of food I can feed her. Chelsea said to give her some romaine lettuce, like some dark leafy lettuces. And so I looked online, and it also said that I could give her some dandelions. And so I pulled out some dandelions from my yard today. And it also said that she likes kale. And kale is a dark green leafy lettuce too. And so that's why I have this basket, so that I'll be able to put Elsa in this basket for us. Now my problem, boys and girls, is that Chelsea told me that if Elsa is a turtle or a tortoise, and I keep forgetting which one she is. And so we're gonna, I asked Chelsea to write it down for me on a piece of paper. That way I can read it, and that way if I forget, I can just look at the paper and see what does it say. Now it looks like Elsa, she's trying to get away a little bit. Elsa, I'm going to put you inside this basket. And I'm sorry, boys and girls, you won't be able to see her quite as good as you did. Uh-oh, Elsa. She's grabbing on there. There we go. Whew! She was holding on to the cage a little bit. Now I'll turn her a tiny bit. You can see her just a little bit in the corner there. Let me move this a little bit. That's about as good as I can get Elsa there. But Elsa, she's going to at least stay with us, okay? So, I had Chelsea write down what she is. Here's the word. Now, I'm thinking about turtle and tortoise, and so I need to be able to read and tell, does this say turtle or does it say tortoise? If I listen to the words and go tortoise and turtle, they both start with the letter T. I'm going to get out my magic wand that's going to help me look through this word. I can't only look at the beginning of the word. I'm going to have to look at the whole word to check. Does this say turtle or does it say tortoise? And that's really what we have to do in first grade, boys and girls, because we are into harder and harder books. And so we can't only look at one letter. We have to look at the whole word to check them. So First, I'm going to see, does this say turtle? And what I'm going to do is see, do the letters match the sounds that I'm making. And so I'm going to say t, t, Oh, I see a t and an r for t, t. So far it looks good. T, t. Ol. Ol, that's an L. I don't see an L, I see an S. So now I know this does not say turtle, because otherwise I would see an L at the end. So I'm thinking that it says tortoise, but let's check it. T, or, there's the or, t, is. Tortoise. Look, it has a s at the end. It does say tortoise. So Elsa, now I know you are a tortoise, and I'm going to put that at your big pen so that I can remember and read what you are. My magic wand helps me to slow down and look at words carefully. I could also use my finger, and I can also slow down with my eyes, but using a finger when we're getting to a tricky part is often very helpful for us. I also thought about it that boys and girls, you can make your own magic wand too. All you have to do is take a pipe cleaner, and it doesn't have to be a fancy one, but you just make a loop and twist it, and then look, I have a little magic wand that would work really well too in reading to help slow down, and it would look a lot like my big magic wand. I have one other word that I was looking at, and in my reading I was thinking that it said do not. But then my eyes were saying, hey, that doesn't look right. And so that means, here's my stop sign. That means stop. If my eyes think something doesn't look right, I need to stop, because it means that I made a mistake, or you made a mistake, and I need to go back and reread and fix it. So that means I need to look carefully with my eyes and check the word. So at first I thought it said do not. So here's do. I don't see the word not. When I look carefully, I just see a nt. That's not, otherwise it would have an ah in the middle. So this one, now I'm thinking I know what this word is. Don't. Don't. I was right that I was making a mistake. And so when I have that feeling, I need to stop and check it carefully and make sure, was I right? Does it look right? And fix it. Because once I fix it, it doesn't count as a mistake anymore, and then I'm understanding my reading better. Now, that's when we use our eyes to check if our reading looks right. And that's a reading strategy. We also use our ears to listen for, does that sound right? Does that make sense? Now, I have something that I want you to listen for and see, does this sound right, or does this make sense? So boys and girls, listen to my sentence. And I want you to give a thumbs up if it sounds good, a thumbs down if it doesn't sound good or make sense, okay? So Elsa, help us out and listen. It says, my little brother was not go outside. My little brother was not go outside. Does that sound good or bad? What do you think, Elsa? That sounds like baby talk, doesn't it, Elsa? Don't when we hear little kids saying baby talk, excuse me, my little brother was not go outside. That's baby talk. If I hear something that sounds like baby talk, that means stop, because it means I made a mistake in my reading and I need to go back and fix it. And now I can look carefully with my eyes and see, what does this really say? When I stop and look carefully, it really did say, my little brother was not allowed to go outside. I was skipping some words. I must have been reading too fast. But when I heard it with my ears that it didn't sound right and make sense, then I needed to stop, and now I fixed it. Here I have one more to read, and I want you to listen again. Does this make sense, boys and girls? It says, the house went inside the barn. The house went inside the barn. Is that good or not good? Elsa? Elsa, that doesn't make sense, does it? Does a house go inside the barn, Elsa? No, Elsa doesn't think so either. You know what? I need to stop and check my reading, because I think there's a mistake here. If I look carefully, oh, I was confusing house and horse. It says the horse went inside the barn. That makes more sense now because horses can go inside a barn. It's good that I stopped and went back and looked carefully to fix it. That's what good readers do. Do you know that all readers make mistakes? I even make mistakes in my reading. Your teacher does, your mom and dad do, but good readers stop when they make mistakes and they look carefully at the word and they try to fix it. And they have to go back and reread. So boys and girls, that's what I want you to remember to do today. Now, I have one more balloon that I want to make for you today. And this one, boys and girls, needs 2 balloons. So it's a little bit bigger. I need to make it a little big. See, it's got just a little bit at the end. We're going to go like this. Okay, now if I go here and go around and twist this, it's looking almost like our magic wand, isn't it? But it's not going to be a magic wand. I need to take this part and make it go inside like this. So it's going to go like this. So look at this interesting part. And we're going to go here. Now I need to stretch the rest of this all the way down, make a bubble at the end, and twist it in here. And if I push this together and go like this and pull these out, now we have half of it. But do you remember I said that I need 2 bubbles? So let me put, now I'm sorry you can't, here I'll show it to you first. It looks kind of like this. Okay, now I'm going to leave this part right here, and I need to make one more bubble or one more balloon because it takes 2. Now this is the trickier part. Sometimes I mess this half of it up. This is one that I have to practice because it kind of tricks me a little bit, but we're going to try to get it right here. If I go like this and go like this. And now, I'm going to make this a little small, and go like this, and then go like this. Oh, now we're getting it. Now I need 2 more legs here. 1, and I have to put a bubble at the end. 2, uh-oh, I lost my bubble. Going to make it into a tail. Improvise a little bit. Oh, I lost his tail. All right. So now I have this part, and I am going to attach it to this. Go around like this. And I can go like this a little bit. And can you tell what this is? Can you tell what this part is here? And how about if I give it some eyes, it might look even better. Are you guessing that it's an elephant? I made an elephant today because I have one last poem. And here, we'll give him some right there. There's my elephant. My elephant is, it has to do with my last poem that I'm going to read for you. So I'm going to put my elephant right there and listen to this good poem. This one's another funny one. And this one, it's called Elatelephony. It's even hard to say this. And boys and girls, as I read this poem, you're going to notice that sometimes it almost sounds like I'm not reading it right because it doesn't sound right. But poets sometimes play with words and they have fun with them, and they maybe make up some words or just say things funny, and that's what they really did in this poem. So I have to really use my eyes carefully to read this one. It says, oh, and this one is by Laura E. Richards. Once there was an elephant who tried to use the telephant. No, I mean an elephone who tried to use the telephone. Dear me, I am not certain quite that even now I've got it right. Howe'er it was, he got his trunk entangled in the telephunk. The more he tried to get it free, the louder buzzed the telefee. I fear I'd better drop the song of Elefop and Telefong. Boys and girls, I hope you have a fun day today. I hope that you smile and laugh, and Elsa hopes so too. She enjoyed seeing you boys and girls, and I hope that you use your eyes. Oh, let me get out my wand. I hope you use your eyes and your ears to listen. Does that look right? Does that sound right? And does that make sense as you're reading, so that you're using reading strategies to help you be a better reader? Because as you do that, you will understand what you're reading and do a better job. And then you can talk about your story and keep getting to be a better and better reader. So keep having fun reading, friends. Until next time, bye.